Hey guys,
Thank you for joining us. You're now watching Hall Hoops and Happenings.
Thank you.
what's going on? Nick from Millburn with Bobby Blackjack Garante to start this off on a Hall Hoop and Happenings. Nick from Millburn postgame show. Big win for the Pirates tonight, 82-59 over the Fairfield Stags. And I got to tell you, I was a little nervous going into this game because Fairfield hung in there against Penn State and only lost by 8 points. And we, struggled a little bit against Wagner. But we came out tonight, and I got to tell you, in the first half, we got a little bit of foul trouble. Payne had 2 fouls, Fisher had 2 fouls, and Clark had 2 fouls. And Shaw sat him for a little while. And it was a little bit tighter in the first half, but we came out the second half and just played great basketball and blew Fairfield right out of the box. Tonight's game was a team effort. I think Elijah Fisher. Let's go over the stats for the starting. Stephen Payne in limited minutes at 8 points. Adam Bud Clark, floor general out there, 9 points. Mike Williams played really tough defense, contributed 10 points. Elijah Fisher, again, he got in foul trouble, had 4 fouls, but had 10 points. AJ Stanton McCoy hit some, three-pointers, 13 points overall. Najee Hines off the bench with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. The freshman is really showing out there. I thought Simpkins, the bench, also played well, kicked in with 9 points. Jacob Dar, I think, got his best game. Paul's guy, Jacob Dar, best game as a Pirate, 8 points. So we had 10, 19, 23, 31, 32 bench points tonight. Can't remember the last time Seton averaged 62 points a game last year. Tonight we had 32 bench points. Prayers have to go out for Jazim Felton. He took a rough tumble near the end of the game. He was driving for a layup and got banged and landed on his knee. Had to get a wheelchair to get him out. So prayers for that young man. It didn't look good, but let's hope for the best. So what was interesting was Fairfield then got to pick who was going to take the foul shot. And they picked Payne, and Payne hit them both. So, a big night. Very impressed by this team. Again, 82 points. This team scoring 82 points is totally different from last year when we averaged 62 points. So with me, again, is Bobby Blackjack Corrente. We got Paul from Arizona. Paul, just a fan, joining us from Arizona. And we got the last time Seton Hall played Fairfield was 1980 at Walsh, and we lost by 1. And I was at that game. And our guest here was not only at the game, he played in the game. Dan Dunn. Dan, how are you doing?
Fine. Doing great. Up here in Rochester, it's kind of cold. We got snow up here, but it's nice.
It's snowing in Rochester?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got about 2 inches today.
Wow. I'm not ready for snow. And Dan's got on. Was that your warm-up from 1980 from that game?
This was from my junior, 81, 82, but I figured I'd break it out since the last time Fairfield played at Walsh was when I had the uniform on, and you can see the 125th year of the Seton Hall patch on it.
That is sharp. And it still fits. It fits perfect.
Sure it does. Yeah. I think it shrunk a little bit over the years, though.
Dan, what were your thoughts on the game tonight?
I thought that the Pirates played hard. They played together. They played with a purpose. They played with a purpose. They had to lay the wood on a team that they should beat fairly easy, which they did. I thought Shaheen did a nice job rotating the players in. Everybody played well. We got to defend the 3-point shot better, but everybody played well. A lot of block shots, a lot of quickness, a lot of playing with energy, a lot of energy, and they're learning how to play together and learning how to win, which is important. I think stepping back the schedule a little bit this year is very important to have a young team learn how to win, how to play together, and how to play in the spotlight. And I was impressed with how the Pirates imposed their will on both ends against Fairfield in the second half.
I got to ask you, Dan, as a former big and our starting center, and someone who went up against some of the best centers, Pat Ewing, Akeem the Dream. What do you think of the play of Hines tonight? I mean, it's only his third game.
Well, again, it's a learning process, and he's only a freshman. He's only a freshman. He's going to get better. He's in the right spot at Seton Hall. He's going to get playing time. He's in getting some skill work done with the assistant coaches, and he's not being fed to the wolves. He's not getting garbage time. He's getting quality time, and he's showing what he can do. He's gaining his confidence by playing against decent talent, showing what he can do, and then cutting his teeth, so to speak. And it's going to be
yeah. And what I see a lot of time with younger freshmen is they don't really know how to move their feet with the footwork, and they end up getting caught with their hands, and they get in foul trouble. And I didn't see that. I was like, were you impressed with that tonight? Like the way he just went straight up and stayed out of foul trouble.
Oh, yeah, and the block shots and the mistakes he made, they were hustle mistakes. They weren't lazy mistakes. They weren't bonehead mistakes. The mistakes he did make, the fouls he did, were hustle fouls, and the kind of fouls as a coach you'd want to see, aggressive fouls, and not backing down and not making mental mistakes. So he's got a bright future with the Hall. I just hope that he stays on the right track, stay at the Hall, and keep his head in the game, and be a Pirate for 4 years.
Yeah, that brings up a whole nother thing. Now you get these players, and it's a whole new ball game because you're a free agent every year basically, and and people could come in and offer money or whatever. But what I liked is we had Payne start the first game we played. Hines had 6 blocks. Second game, Payne came in and had 5 blocks. Payne started this game, got in foul trouble, and then we put in Hines. But then we went back to Payne, and Payne ended up with 8 points. I mean, and Hines had 10, so our center position had 18 points. That's not a bad night.
It's not a bad night, but when the Big East comes around, then you have players their size, their strength,
right,
more experience. It's going to be a little bit different ball game. But again, it's good that they get this experience now and at the early part of the season, where they can learn from the mistakes, get the confidence they're going to have to play in the physicality of the Big East in the paint.
Yeah, I don't think tonight. I thought the officiating especially for Big East officials, because this was a Big East crew, I thought they were calling a little bit too tight. I mean, there were a lot. I mean, but again, when you're deep like we are now, you can get in a little bit of foul trouble like that, and then you have your second unit came in and stepped up and kept us in the game, and then when he put the first unit back, I mean, it was just blew him out of the box. Bobby, you watched the game tonight. What do you think about what?
Give me a second. Let me get everything organized here. Give me a second now, Nick. Let me get my stuff produced. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second. Come back to me.
All right, Dan, I got to tell you, the place was electric tonight. I mean, I know a lot of people were complaining that we had 3 Walsh games. They wanted more games at the Pro, and I get it. Walsh totaled 1,500, and we could get 6,000-7,000 season ticket holders. So a lot of people don't have tickets, but it's just the atmosphere is just so electric, and it's just brought back. It wasn't as loud as when you played, but it was good tonight. It was good. It was exciting. Memories of playing in Walsh that you had?
Oh yeah, and then it's not. It's I can go on and on about my memories of playing in Walsh. The best 4 years of my life was playing at Walsh Auditorium. Some of my best memories were playing at Walsh Auditorium.
Well, let me cut you off right there, because I said this to my daughter tonight, and I'm like, Walsh Auditorium, right? It's always been Walsh Auditorium. Right. And tonight it was like a big sign, Walsh Gymnasium. I don't know when it became right. That Dan, it's not a gym, it's auditorium, right?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Walsh Gymnasium to me, it'll always be Walsh Auditorium.
Right.
Auditorium. But for these young men to have the opportunity to play on campus, to walk from the dormitory to the school, I walk to the gym, walk in Walsh Auditorium. It's almost like a Howard Hall. Of walking into Walsh Auditorium, all the greats played from our school, and to be on campus, and now they just walk back home, not to take a bus, don't have to do all the rigmarole. It's an experience for them that was great when I played there. You go back to the dormitories, right, to the game, play game. It was a great experience, and it's nice to see these young men had the opportunity. Last week I was there for the women's opening game against St. Peter's, and when the Pep band started playing, almost Etonia, I'm like, I wanted to get out there and start taking layups. You know,
Cool.
I'm almost in tears with the memories, the great memories I had of playing at Walsh, and being there. It was a wonderful experience of playing that, and being able to relive memories. Last week, going back to the game for the women's game.
And I think it's great with a program. And I know when I coached on a much lower level, when players come back, when players who've come through the program come back and share memories, I think it's just, I mean, so like AJ Sant McCray, I was talking to him at the beefsteak dinner, Bobby and I, and what a great kid, and just telling him our experiences and him talking about how he played at the Garden, you know, and how, you know, he wants to play there in the Big East tournament and to play there for Seton Hall. So I think it's just so great when players like you come back and share your experiences and everything. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's like how you build a program. And I think, look, no one can say Shaw's a great coach. I mean, he really is. He took a team to this, you know, Elite Eight, and he won the NIT. How many coaches can say they did that in college basketball? So the guy knows the guy 100% knows how to coach. And we have a question up actually from my son. How many times did we win 3 in a row last year? Well, what did we win total last year, Bobby? 7 games?
7.
Yeah, so I don't think we won. We might not. Nicole, did we win 3 in a row last year at all?
I can't even tell.
I mean, if we only had 7 wins, I mean, how could we have? I mean, I don't think, because we lost early last year to St. Peter's and Monmouth. I mean, not St. Peter's, to Fordham and Monmouth. And we have Monmouth on Thursday. You know, you hate to say a revenge game against Monmouth, but last year we lost to Monmouth. So I mean, we got to come out, you know. But just tonight, Nicole, your thoughts on tonight?
I was expecting Seton Hall to do a little better. Like,
What?
I know it was very close in the beginning.
Well, we got 3 players in foul trouble in the beginning.
Yeah. Then they pulled away after the second half, but I know a lot of people were anticipating it to be a much closer game.
I thought, I mean, when I looked at it and the fact that when they only lost to Penn State by 8, I got a little nervous, and then they blew out, you know, Grant Billmeyer's NJIT team. I thought we might have a game tonight. And I was impressed that we came out and we played like that. I really did in the second half. You know, I don't know what Shaw did at halftime. I guess the players were healthy, but I don't know. It came out. And again, the atmosphere, you know, was electric. Paul, what do you think about tonight?
Hi, guys. First of all, it's good to be on. And we got to thank my girlfriend for letting me do all this. I'm using her phone because mine doesn't work. But first of all, we had, and by the way, keep an eye out for Connor, our Fairfield guest. I don't know if he's in the green room yet. But
He's
He's there.
still
He's
going to
there.
come on after the loss?
He's
oh
here.
yeah, here, come on.
The
Yeah,
24-point loss?
You can bring him on whenever you want.
All right, here we go.
There. So before we get started, this is my cousin Connor.
How you doing, guys?
My father
Thanks for having me.
and his grandfather were great friends in college. And then my father started to realize that his grandfather was spending a little bit more time with my dad's sister than he was with my dad. And that was a good 60 years ago. And my Connor's grandfather, my Uncle Sal, along with my father, really brought all of us into basketball and into all sports. And so we're great to have him on there. So you were asking me, we had 7 guys with 8 or more points. This game looked a lot more like our first game than our second game. We had 8 guys with more points.
Paul, not to cut you off, but Paul, did you get nervous after the first half? Were you nervous at halftime?
Nervous, no, because we were up 8 at the half, and we played them even in the last 4 minutes. I was more concerned that they were. You look at Fairfield shot tremendous from 3-point range. They were better from 3 than they were for 2, and in the first half they couldn't miss from the 3-point line. But I wasn't concerned so much as you know, I knew that we were going to need to play better, and we did. A very balanced offense. We made our foul shots. We turned Fairfield over a lot, which was which was very helpful for us. I mean, because I looked at the first half stats, and I was thinking to myself, how is it that we're up 8 when they've shot better from 3, shot better from 2? But the answer was the 3-point was the 12 turnovers they had in the first half. So what do you think, Cuz? What do you think, Connor?
Well, let's hold off 1 second before we go to Connor. And I got to say, Connor, good sport of you for coming on tonight after a 23-point loss. And I mean,
Yeah.
even like in Dan, when you played here, the games with Fairfield were always close games, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. Nip and tuck. But back then Fairfield was a little bit more like Holy Cross. They were like they're a better team, the better program back before early Big East days. And now they're kind of with the MAC or second division in the MAC. So I'm not bad mouthing them, but it's not the Fairfield that it used to be when I played against them.
Right. Fairfield had a guard when you played against him, Bobby Hurt. And I think he went to Orange High out of New Jersey. And he was a freshman that time, the night that when you guys played for them in 1980 when they beat us. And then I remember they had a guy before that, a guard by the name of, thank you, Theo, named Joe DeSantis. And Paul and I were talking about that. And he was like one of my favorite players when I was a kid. And then Paul reminded me of a trick. And as a coach, coaches steal stuff. He would, someone else would get fouled. Coach would call timeout. And then after the foul shot, all of a sudden, Joe would be on the line. And a lot of times officials, didn't catch that. Now I don't think you can get away with that. But back then, yeah. So Dan, Fairfield, it was a different atmosphere back then when you played them. Like it was more of a challenge, or did you expect like going in that you were gonna? I mean, you guys were just beginning the Big East back then.
Right, and we didn't have like the horses and Fairfield. It was the old ECAC the year before. The old ECAC North, Fairfield, Holy Cross, Army, us, Princeton, and the Big East wasn't the Big East back then. Yeah, it wasn't as big as it was, when Patrick and Chris and Pinky and those guys came in. But it was still Fairfield was a good program back then. It's how do I say it? Fairfield's program has seen better days back in our time, but it was still. And they had Flip Williams on their team, was a really good guard.
Yeah, I remember him.
Joey DeSantis was on the team. Big guy, Pete the Bishop.
Steve Balcom, something like that.
I got the roster right here.
Yeah, you want to show everybody the program?
Here's the program from the last time they played. Fairfield played at Walsh Auditorium.
That's a collector's item, and that was wow. Because now you don't even get a program when you go into a game.
Really, and then it was only $1. Program was only $1 back then.
Wow.
But when we played them, it was like when we played Canisius, when we played Army, when we played Fairleigh Dickinson, it was always a street fight. It was a street fight. They wanted to beat us up because we were the new big guys on the block, and we knew that they were coming after us. And we wasn't Syracuse, St. John's, it wasn't at Georgetown, and we were the underdogs. They had a point to prove, and they had a chip in their shoulder whenever they played us, and we were their Yankees. We were their Dodger game. We were their big game of the season.
Right.
So
they got psyched up for you.
I'm sorry?
They got psyched up to play Seton Hall.
Oh yeah. And plus they want, the beaters at our place. That was special because coming into Walsh Auditorium, some basketball back then had Walsh Auditorium made it the second hardest gym to play in, next to Manley Fieldhouse.
Wow.
So for opposing teams to come in and play us at our place and have a shot at winning, the crowd was worth 6 points for us.
Wow.
The proximity of the fans, the loudness of the fans, and if we played like a Georgetown or a Syracuse at our place, the fire marshal had to come in and make sure that we only had 3,400 people in the gym and not 4,500.
I remember telling that stories because I remember the fire marshals coming, and back then, and just I'll let you go in a little while, but the stage had seats. Yep. Where the coach's office now were more seats, and they brought the bleachers all the way out. So when you guys had a timeout, the fans could actually listen to Raft in your huddle. And has he diagrammed? I mean, I remember sitting there at the opposing team, Pete Carell, Louis Carnesec. I got an education just sitting behind the visiting team's bench.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it was totally a different. I mean, again, you would try to squeeze 4,000 people into a 3,200 seat arena, and it was crazy back then.
Oh yeah, and Georgetown with Patrick's first year, they played at our place, and we lost by 2 on a questionable shot. But John Thompson will never play in Morse Auditorium again, and then Raleigh Massimino never played in Morse Auditorium again because it was crazy. So we had to play them at the Meadowlands.
Yeah, it was definitely a huge home court advantage back then.
Oh.
Dan, any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, I want to thank you for letting me on. I appreciate you letting me show off my old stuff, and it was fun going back and digging up the old programs from back in the 80s, and I appreciate you letting me relive some memories and talking about my time at Walsh Auditorium and talking about my Pirates, because win, lose, or draw, they're my Pirates. You cover, I'm going to be Pirate Blue. We're going to be good this year. It's good. You have to have some patience with Shah, just like PJ came in and didn't win his first couple of years, and then he turned it around. Shah's going to do the same thing.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Feel free to come on anytime. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you, Dan.
Guys. Go Pirates.
Go Pirates. Now, Mr. Caballero, thank you. You know what? I wasn't sure you were going to come on. So you are a gentleman for coming on tonight. First of all, do you know my niece Daniela Jambrina, who she graduated 2 years ago? When did you graduate?
No, I just graduated this past year. I'm familiar.
So you might have been a year behind Daniela. She actually saw the light and went to Seton Hall for grad school. But
Nice.
but she was a Stag. Connor, coming into tonight, what was your anticipation of the game? What do you follow this Stags team, and were you surprised about the outcome?
So I will say this year I haven't been as in touch. I watched a little bit of their Penn State game. I saw them play them really tough. They lost the last 2 minutes. They were hanging in the whole way. And then I saw that I didn't watch any of the game against NJIT, but I saw they blew them out pretty good. They beat them up pretty well. So I thought, they'd keep it a little close. I saw it was a 13-point spread. I figured, they'd hang in there a little bit. But I mean, ultimately, the better team won. Really wasn't close, 23-point game. But I also got to say, and maybe this is biased because, I don't like to brag about this, a little contradictory because I'm a St. John's fan. I root for UConn, so I'm kind of bent other Big East squads. But I didn't think the talent gap was, as large as the final score. And I think a lot of self-inflicted wounds, credit to Seton Hall for, 16 turnovers they forced or whatever ridiculous number. But, a lot of them I thought was just careless with the ball. Bad passes. There was a couple times they beat the trap early and, just ran head down in the paint, forcing easy turnovers. And that I thought just ultimately cost them the game.
I got to tell you, I was impressed right off the bat from Braden Sparks. Is like, was this an outlier for him, or is this how he was hitting threes right from the get-go and he didn't back down at all against Seton Hall's aggressive guards?
Yeah, no, I saw he's been playing well all season. He played really well. I think he had like 25 against Penn State. I think he had 20 last. He played well last game, and this game he came flying out the gate. I mean, they're really not a bad 3-point shooting team. I kind of hope that they would shoot more from the three, but unfortunately they shot 16 times less than Seton Hall did, so they didn't get much opportunity because they're just careless with the ball. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and that was our problem the last game. That the Wagner had 36 from three and we had 18, so it was a little bit more balanced tonight. And Coach Willard, who I love, always said college basketball has turned into shoot the three and defend the three. Paul, do you have any questions for Connor before we let him go?
Well, the only question I have, Cuz, is what's the atmosphere of basketball at Fairfield these days? Me and your father remember back in the day when Fairfield was at least a regional power. Is it still a big thing on campus? You guys going to all the games now, or?
You know, it's not as much as I would hope, and I'm guilty because I didn't go to all their games last year. You know, they just built that new arena. It's really nice. It holds like 3,500 people, I think. It's beautiful.
Is it on campus?
Yeah, it's on campus. You know, they're hoping because I used to play at Webster Bank in Bridgeport. No one would go to the games, so you know the arena on campus helped. And I think it was my junior year it came, so 2 years ago, and you know, first few games people were going, and then, you know, inevitably they're not that great, so people stop going, and like myself. So I wish it was better. It's a great arena if more people would go, and, you know, maybe I don't know, better marketing on campus to get kids to go. But yeah, I think the atmosphere has a lot of potential, but I wouldn't say it's there just yet.
Connor, let me ask you this. And we had Dan Dunn on, who played, you know, the last time, believe it or not, the last time Seton Hall played you guys was 1980, and you guys won by 1 point at Walsh. And Dan was talking about that game. Do you have a sense, and I say this all the time, you know, about Seton Hall students, do you have a sense of the program and the history of the program? Is there any way or did you just started picking it up when you went there? Yeah.
Really only when I just went there. You know, I fought the year before I went to Fairfield, they almost made the tournament. So I was a little in touch with them. But other than that, you know, I really wasn't following them. Like I said, I'm more of I'm a St. John's guy. And then, you know, UConn, I also root for them, being from Connecticut.
One last thing before we let you go. How do you think the Stags are going to do in their conference this year?
You know, I don't think that they're that bad. I think that they have a lot of guys. You know, it's stuff that it's a lot of the things that happen this game, you know, all those costly turnovers. I think it's stuff that you can clean up. You know, they don't play in the toughest conference in the world, so I think there's a lot of potential for wins. A lot of you know, a lot of time to make up for the mistakes they made today. I think they were projected to finish 5 in the preseason poll or somewhere in the middle of the pack, but I think that they're a lot better than that. I don't think it's that strong this year. Like Quinnipiac is projected to win. I don't think they're going to be as great. So I mean, there's a lot of room to grow. So I would say, you know, they got to trust their shooting more. You know, they really are a good 3-point shooting team. If they, you know, can get more looks in that aspect, I think that they can compete with, you know, a lot of teams this year.
Nicole, you have anything for Connor before we let him go?
No, I think I'm good. I kind of am in the same boat as him, where I didn't really get into Seton Hall basketball until I started going to the school. So I kind of relate on that end. But yeah, I kind of agree with most of your points.
See, I'm a little different because I grew up down the street from Seton Hall. So I was a fan since I was 12. So it was kind of just in my DNA. And my dad went there, and I hear about, you know, teams with Bob Davies. So I'm a little bit different. So I think it's important, though, and I was talking to some of the players at the Beefsteak, that you know the history of Seton Hall.
Yeah.
That you know that we made the NCAA tournament and lost on the worst call in the history, Paul's laughing, of college basketball, as bittersweet as it was. I think it's important to know all this stuff.
Wasn't Fairfield was there recently, right? A couple of years ago. The big dance.
What?
Right? Fairfield made the big dance a couple of years ago.
Did they,
Not
Paul?
mistaken.
I probably, I think the year or two before Connor started college, they snuck into the MAC tournament. So, Connor, I only have 2 points for you. Number one, give my best to Neil and Nancy, as always.
Yep.
And secondly, those 2 kids from Bergen Catholic, we're stealing them at the end of this year.
Oh, Connor's a BC kid. Connor, you're a BC kid.
BC?
I'm sorry?
Bergen Catholic?
No, I'm not BC. I'm from Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Connor again grew up in West Haven. Graduated Notre Dame in West Haven, and Fairfield University.
All right, Connor, thank you for coming. And we're gonna. Connor,
hold on. I got a question for Connor.
Wait. Bobby has one last question. Go,
Connor,
Bobby.
what do you like better? Stowe's seafood shack or Frank Pepe's?
It's tough because I'm a big seafood guy. We eat Stowe's on Christmas Eve.
Right? Stowe's is the best. Isn't Stowe's the best?
Fishes.
But I gotta go Pepe's. I mean, that's the classic, right?
Once a year, I do a trip. Once a year, I do a trip out to West Haven. I haven't done it this year yet because I was busy. I do stoves for lunch. I go to one of the parks in the area, hang out by the water in front and everything, and then take Pepe's home.
Well, you're doing it right then. You're doing it right.
I love West Haven.
Connor, you said you were a St. John's guy and a Yukon guy, so please come back on after those games.
I will, absolutely.
Have a good night. Thank you,
Thanks for
Connor.
having me on,
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
Connor, for coming on.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Connor.
guys.
Awesome. Nicole, get us up to speed with the questions.
I don't think we have any.
We don't
No,
have
we have
any.
a lot.
I've been watching it. By the way, if you're watching the show right now, we have viewers on all 3 avenues. If you see that little QR code on the screen there, you actually go on that and come into our backstage, and we'll bring you on the air, talk about Seton Hall basketball. And I'm waiting for Bill to come back. Paul, how's the trip so far?
I'm sorry.
How's your trip so far?
Well, the trip is fantastic. Everybody should come to this part of the country. We just came back from Sedona. It basically looks like a Roadrunner cartoon. That's the only way to describe it. The land case is just like that. And it was, other than the fact that I'm missing games, it's been an absolutely great trip. But I am looking forward to getting home, and I'm going to have to drop early. We've got a 7:00 flight tomorrow morning, which we set up because we didn't want to get caught in the delays. So that means I have to get up at 3:00 in the morning to get on the airplane. So I'm only going to be able to hang out here a little bit longer. But
Let me just get caught up with the questions a little bit. JD Walker from Rivals, who's doing a great job with Rivals. Prayers for Felton. That injury looked brutal on TV. It looked brutal in person. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a scary one. You watch sports as much as I do, and you kind of see something like that. You kind of know right away. I hope it's not what I think it is, but yeah, prayers. JD, I'm with you, buddy. Prayers for Felton. You don't want to see anything like that. Did you see him take the tumble, Paul?
no, again, I was trying to watch it streaming in my car in northern Arizona. There's only so much bandwidth, but I did know that he got hurt pretty good.
Yeah, I want to know what Shaw said. Christina, did he comment on a press conference? I don't know. I don't know who was at the press. JD, if you're back on, what did Shaw say about it? I'm sure he didn't say too much, but according to JD, he was distraught. Yeah, not a good. That was the one bad thing that happened tonight. The team played well again, an 82-59 win. But at the end, Felton took a hard tumble. We have anyone else wanting to get in, Bobby?
Bill keeps saying he's there, but he's not. Yes, we do.
Hello.
Hey, can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Hey,
we
guy,
can.
I thought you were at the Devil game tonight.
He is.
It was.
On their way back, Reals driving, but they were losing 2-1 with like 5 seconds left, 4.5 seconds left, and they scored a goal to tie it in overtime. And then the Islanders scored like a minute.
Nick, Nicole's like a huge Devil fan.
Really, it was such a fun game. I mean, I'm not a huge hockey person, to be honest, but it was a fun experience to be at. I've never been to a game that went into overtime, so it was cool. But yeah, so I mean, obviously, I didn't watch the Seton Hall game, but I saw the box score, and it looks pretty impressive. I put the thing in the comment about winning 3 games because it does put things into perspective. The fact that we did not win 3 games in a row last year, and that we're 3-0 to start the season. So it's a positive step in the right direction, and I think we had probably said 7 players with 8 points. Like all these things that are happening, you never would have seen last year. And I hate to harp on comparing this year to last year because obviously, it's a relatively low standard, but you just have to at this point in the season. Personally, all I'm looking for is just signs that things are gonna be better this year. And so far, 3 games in, I think the signs are everywhere. The excitement that this team has in Hines and Clark and it's a totally different team And we'll see in the next couple games. I think circling NC State game in a couple games will be huge because I really want to see how this team plays against another Power Six school. But yeah, I mean there's so many positives. I'll be there Thursday watching, but there's just so many positives.
Nick, let me ask you something because you know Shaw better than anyone in here. And last year we lost to Monmouth, right? So it's kind of a revenge game, but the guys on the team, none of them took that loss. Will Shaw focus on that? You think getting the team ready? Will he make them aware of that?
I also remember too, Monmouth had a very good player last year, and I believe he left as well. I I'm not 100% sure where he transferred to, but the players are different. I do think that the Monmouth game. I'm not sure how Monmouth is doing this year, but the Monmouth game will really tell you how different this team is from last year's team because that is a game we lost last year, and I think it was for a lot of people it was the low point of the season. So if you can go into this Monmouth game, win pretty soundly, go 4-0 into a game against a Division two school, I mean, I think there's no better contrast from this year to last year than if we go into this game Thursday and just handle business. But I mean, we'll see. But I definitely think some of that exists because it's Monmouth. I don't know if a ton of it exists, but I definitely think some of it exists.
Anybody have any questions for Nick?
No, he's right. The player that he's talking about, I forget his name. He's a little guard,
He
but I
was
think
so good, so
he
good.
made some bank though. He went somewhere pretty big, I think.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean it seems like a pretty similar situation to Bud Clark, where you're a player in the MAC and you strike gold and that automatically gets you to the next level. I know NJIT's leading scorer from last year, similar situation where the kid could score 20 or 30 points a game. I know he's at Rutgers now, so
Boo.
that's just the way of the world now for kids at that level. But we'll see. But I mean, I'm optimistic. I think in Seton Hall land, there's no reason not to be optimistic. If someone telling you that you shouldn't be, then don't listen to them because I think from what we saw last year, this is just such a pleasant first week of the season, and we'll see how it goes. But last year, the one thing that the team didn't do is take care of business. They didn't beat the teams on the schedule that you circle in the beginning of the year and say these are teams that we should absolutely beat. And this team's doing that, so that's already the first check. The next check will be to see what this team does against other Power Six schools. I think that will show us a lot about what we can expect for Big East. But the fact that we're taking care of business, and I did talk to my dad the other day about Fairfield, saying like, listen, like they lost 8 to Penn State. This does not seem like a team to take lightly, and the fact that this was a close game and we started to pull away, I think shows a lot. So I think overall really positive.
Nick, a couple of things I wanted to just jump in with. So we played the last two games at Walsh, and it is a pit and it's a great environment, but it's not going to intimidate a school like Fairfield or Wagner who are playing in those kinds of gyms themselves. That's you know, my cousin was on from Fairfield earlier. He was talking. They have a 3,000 seat gym that they just built on campus. Now we're going to get Monmouth, and we're going to get them in the Prue Center, and with any luck, we're going to get 6,000 or 7,000 people there. And you think that environment will be better for Seton Hall? You think Monmouth might come in a little bit in awe of a big arena like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think there's multiple ways to look at it. I think you can also look at it as this is the biggest venue that Monmouth is going to play in all year. Maybe they'll come up for this game for a team that I don't think was had a good record all last year. I was at least 0-8 when we played them. So I think you can look at it both ways. I think for us, the one game that we've had there is very exciting, and I think that the team responded well to the crowd and responded well to the atmosphere. So I hope that can continue because that's probably our last game at Prudential Center until Rutgers, I would say. So that definitely is important to kind of keep on the momentum of winning another game at the Prudential Center, and continue to just keep things the way they're going.
And the other point I wanted to mention is you talked about taking care of business. I've said that when a Big East team plays a team from the MAC or the NEC or the NEC, okay, that team can hang around for a half. That team maybe can, be down 10, be down 7 at the end of at halftime. But then in the second half, you got to blow them out. And that didn't happen with Wagner. The game was a little bit sloppier than we liked, and Wagner hung around a little bit longer. But against St. Peter's and against Fairfield, that's what happened. And we played very well in the first 4 minutes of the second half. We answered every once in a while. Fairfield would make a run, maybe cut it to 12, and then we would answer with a steal, or we would answer with a basket and a foul. And Fairfield never really got back into the game. And that's the way it's supposed to be when you play a team from like Fairfield or Wagner or St. Peter's, right? You're not supposed to let them back in the game. So I'm very happy with the fact that the team seems to know who they are and how they're supposed to play when they play teams from mid-majors, and they're doing that. I think that that's very important.
Yeah, I mean that definitely should be the formula, and it's not always the case. I think a lot of it is like situational. You get a team on the wrong day or whatnot. But yeah, I mean that should be the formula. I mean I think Wagner's really tough. You'll get that. I think a lot of it is just games. I'm not like in the business of overreacting about how much you win by. I think the fact that we're winning these games, where we did lose to Fordham, we lose to Monmouth. I just think it's a move. It's a move in the right direction, and I think there's a lot to be positive about it as we head into a game that we should be able to take a win against Monmouth. But again, I'm not really sure what Monmouth is so far this year. So, I mean, it could be they could show a lot. They could show up for that game, but I think the way we've been playing it suggests that Thursday should be pretty similar to tonight. But we'll see. But thank you everyone for having me. I'll definitely call back.
Nick, thank you, and I look forward
Wait,
to
Nick,
watching Thursday's game with you.
Don't hang up.
Wait,
Don't hang
Nicole
up.
has something. Go, Nicole.
I have a question. It's a very important question. Who won the dessert race?
The Carvel, right? Yeah, Carvel.
Oh, come on.
It was funny because the cookie hasn't won one game yet.
Again?
No, the cookie's like 0-7.
Well, last season the cookie was like 0-25 until I actually went to the game where he finally won.
Oh my God! No, I do remember hearing about that. Apparently, the Devils haven't lost one game at home this year, and of course, the one game that Brielle and I go to as very casual hockey fans, they lose. So sorry about that to all the Devil fans.
It's okay.
But they seem really good this year. So, but thanks everyone, I appreciate it.
All right, tell Brielle, Nick, give Brielle my love.
Yes, I will. She says hi.
Hi, Brielle.
So Bob,
Thanks, Nick. I want to make a comment because Nicole brought up a cookie race or something. Eli, did you see the mattress thing tonight? Do you know what I'm talking about now? Eli, you're muted. You're on mute.
Get off mute. Uh-oh.
You're muted.
Did the mic die?
Yeah. Mic's off. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, did you see that? Am I the only one that gets nervous during that mattress race?
Yes, you're the only one that gets nervous because that was absolutely hilarious and fun. I couldn't stop laughing. We did replays on it. It was awesome.
But what happens when someone misses the mattress? They're gonna break their ass.
Oh wow, that's part of life. You're not gonna be. You sign up for it. I thought it was great though. It was great.
I wonder if they make them sign a waiver.
I think they do. But it was a great race though tonight. That's for sure. I don't know if anybody got to see it, but it was a great race.
I did see the No, I got to say, the mattress race is like the best in-game promotion, whatever you want to call it, that they've had in a very long time.
100%. I could 1,000% agree with you on that one.
So guys, I'm going to have to, again, leave the show. I apologize. But if I miss the flight tomorrow, I'm going to have bigger problems than this.
Good luck with the delays.
Thank you
good
very
luck with
much.
your flight.
So,
Roy,
Paul, I got a
Ryan-
question for you. Paul, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
How big are the scorpions out there?
Oh God.
You know,
God.
we haven't seen any scorpions. We've been hiding from them. We've seen a lot of those cactuses that actually look like a picture that you would draw of a cactus. So they actually really do look that way. And but we've been sort of hiding. I don't like wildlife. I'm not really a fan of other living things in general. So we're going to try to hide out. I do though before I want to go. I do want to thank Connor for coming on. We should have as many opponent guests as we can have on, especially after wins, so that we can embarrass them. And I think that the last thing there was one more thought, and it is gone. But again, I wanted to thank Connor, and I wanted to thank you guys for letting him come on. Maybe we can have some other folks like that on later.
Oh no, I thought it was great. You know, this is interactive. Everyone is welcome. Absolutely.
Oh, and my girlfriend came up with it. She actually came up with another way to refer to it. Is what it is. Is it Najai Hines? Is that how he pronounces his first name?
Yeah.
Okay. Najai, yeah, because she asked if he was a giant in the game, and I thought that wasn't bad for somebody who hates sports.
All right, Paul, have a safe trip.
Thank you very much. We'll talk again.
You
Take
got
care,
it.
buddy.
Safe flight,
Take
Paul.
care.
So Eli, what were you up to tonight? What
Well,
was your
I was doing
assignment?
the replay for the video board, so I was taking care of all the replays that you guys got to see if you were at the game. So I did all that, and there was a couple of notes I had. First off, 2 for 9 in threes in that first half was unbelievable. It was it was horrible to see 2 for 9 in the first half.
Eli, this team was not built to shoot.
I understand
threes.
that, and it clearly shows again tonight.
Eli,
Also,
who's our 3-point shooter? Who's our 3-point shooter?
Couldn't tell you because we have nobody.
Right,
two shots.
exactly. You are what you are on the back of your baseball card. Stanton McCray is the only one that came in this year, maybe Dar a little bit, with the potential that has a history of shooting threes. We're not a great 3-point shooting team. But anyway,
the
go
other
on.
2 notes I have is, first off, that communication the first half was horrible. I mean, the communication you could just tell was lost in that first half. They were throwing the ball all over the places. The pass were all over the place. There was just no communication. There was more for how can I shine better and how I instead of working as a team together. That's what I noticed in that first half. And also that Felton injury, that was really crushing for the Seattle team. I don't know if we got any update on him, but that was pretty bad. And I got to see the replay, and from what we saw, it looked like he was already in pain prior to taking that shot. So I'm taking a guess. I don't make assumptions, but I'm going to say it could be Achilles, but I don't know.
It looked like an Achilles. So you think he did it on the drive? He
was already hurt. He was already in pain before he even took the shot. So from what I saw in the replay, and I have the footage myself, he was already in pain heading into the shot. So to me, that was an Achilles injury, not so much a knee injury. In my eyes, at least what I saw.
Yeah, I know they had to have the wheelchair come, and it did not look.
It didn't look good. And when he was walking off, when we saw him walk off the court, he had to get help off, and you could just tell right away that wasn't your normal typical injury. So to me, that is an Achilles injury in my eyes, at least from Felton. It's not confirmed though, but from what I saw in the replay and from him walking off, that's what I could tell.
Eli, let me ask you a question. You talked about the replays, and we were talking about this. When a play is reviewed, do you guys not show the replay?
Yes, we're not allowed to show the replay.
Right. That's what I thought.
Yes, we're not allowed to show the replay. We could possibly at the end after the call is over, but at that point, sometimes it doesn't go in Seattle's favor.
Because you don't want anyone second guessing the official.
Right, exactly. And they're already second guessed enough times tonight. See how bad these calls were tonight, folks? Yeah. Those are my only thoughts, though. And, not much in the paint. That was another big issue.
I got a quick vote for Nicole and Eli. Are we allowed to post LGR things on the thing?
Oh, my daughter?
Yeah.
Because her brother was saying, yeah.
I'll do it once. 1 second.
I mean, hey, it took them long enough to finally win at home. I'm just saying.
Oh, my God. She's brutal.
I mean, just saying. You got all this here. course,
There's a double show going. We got.
Isn't it ironic? Devils lose at home the night that Seton Hall wins at home, and then the Rangers finally get their home win against.
I know.
Nashville.
Can you believe that? The look
Like,
that
what
we
are the
get.
odds of that?
Eli, you're a Devil fan too?
Of course, I'm a Devil fan.
I'm
Yes.
outnumbered. I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, of course. We got to root for the Devils.
Nah,
Disappointed that we lost. Didn't get to see the game because, of course, I got to watch the Seton Hall game, which was great.
Right.
And my last other note for Seton Hall, I forgot to mention, I'm a little scared when Big East competition begins to play because remember, these are all out of conference games right now. I'm a little scared from when these Big East conference game plays come around because I don't know if we're exactly ready to go for them. I know Monmouth we should be okay, but a little scared from when we play the Big
Eli,
East.
Monmouth's a revenge game. Monmouth beat us last year. So
Sure
we oh no, put that damn flag down.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's not
god.
a
Pull it up,
flag.
please. Yeah, there you go. Pull it up.
Oh my god.
Pull it up. There you go.
Oh my god. Lord. Oh my god.
This should be my green screen.
That's a great answer.
Please.
Good. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. Yeah.
As if my closet doors aren't enough.
Yeah.
And I do have a Seton Hall poster. It's just not visible on the camera.
Is Bill trying to get on? Bill, are you there?
I think he gave up. Now he's just posting stats.
Yeah, but
Glenn, come on.
Wait, we have Stack Monster. Have a great show, guys. Plus Nicole, Stack Monster in bed. Oh God.
come on on.
And I got to tell you, tonight I was there with Christina and Professor Bernstein. Professor Bernstein was looking for tickets all day. I hooked her up with Jeff Kovacs, Jeff from Point Pleasant. So
Yep.
they met and Jeff got some extra tickets for the professor. She didn't come over and said hello, but you know, that's okay. She was on a date. I guess she thought I might embarrass her, but I would never, ever do that. But yeah, with Sam, if you're out there and you want to just give us your thoughts of the game tonight, please do. Sam was on the big screen, you know, dancing a storm up. It was an electric atmosphere at Walsh. Eli, how do you guys when during the timeouts and everything you guys did some good job with the fan stuff tonight. I thought it was very
Yeah, well, we
interactive.
had a great by the way, tonight everybody who's in charge of the replay board, we had 2 guys on camera, 1 director, and me on replay. We were all freshmen tonight. So this is all done by freshmen for tonight's men's game, which we were really happy about. Went really well. All of us did a really fantastic job. It's all coordinated. Tom just tells us you know, he gives us the rundown of what goes on, what media timeouts, what's going to go on here and here. And then we send our camera guys out there and then we try to get, you know, the best shots possible. And then we do the replay. And then if we don't like it, you know, we got the graphics to put back up.
Yeah, Tom Chen's great. He does a really good job.
Awesome job.
If you go in on the PSN network and see all the alums and where they ended up, including my son worked for PSN a little bit, and all of them ended up in, you know, good jobs somewhere. You know, not everyone in sports, but it's a good program.
Right.
It really
is. And even if you, like you said, even if you don't go into sports, you can get so much valuable information and you can learn so much and do so much here. And, you know, just the beginning, remember, not many people could say you already did stuff for behind the scenes for ESPN Plus, because that's what eventually we all did, or we all are going to do eventually for the women's games. And we already did that for the soccer.
Right, it's teaching you teamwork, how to take directions, chain of command, like with the producer, and that. It really,
He knew that already.
I mean, we already do that already, but now you got the ESPN.
He knew that
now he's
already.
doing it, Bobby.
Now we got the ESPN. We got the ESPN
level.
words too. We got the ESPN words too.
Right. How much of your stuff ends up on ESPN?
What do you mean?
Like the I don't like the feed. Like, does your feed go directly to them or?
So for the men's games, we don't do that. ESPN takes full control of that. For every women's game that are home, we the students run everything, the cameras,
So you're doing the entire feed for ESPN. That's amazing.
For women's, all the students are, yes.
Wow.
For not for the men's, because the men's
they bring in their own crew.
guys.
Do you work with their crew at all?
No, we don't work at all with their crew. I know a couple of Seton Hall guys do take part in working with the ESPN guys, doing some camera stuff, but it's usually all ESPN that takes care of it, though, for the most part.
Wow. Great
for the men's, at least. But for the women's, though, we got that. And plus, we do all the video board for every basketball home game that's not at the Rock.
Are you going to be working? Now, are you going to work the Monmouth game?
No, not at. We don't do the Rock games. We only do whatever's in Walsh.
Now, when I was at the game, what day was that? Yeah,
All these games are starting to blend into each
I'm losing
other.
my mind.
The last one was home versus Wagner.
When I was there pulling into the parking lot, the baseball screen was
Yep,
on.
because they were already practicing. They're already practicing and doing stuff. And I believe soccer had a game too that day, but I could be wrong.
Maybe that's why. Okay.
In soccer, from what I heard, they're not going to be making the Big East, but there is still potential that they could get a bid in the the bracket, the tournament, the main tournament. So we'll just have to wait and see. And I know the bracket comes out next Sunday, so I'll have to keep an eye out if Sino does make it for the soccer side of things for men.
Excellent.
Yeah.
By the way, did everybody see today? I didn't read the article yet, but apparently, I'm trying to find it real quick. Mike Krzyzewski is a big fan of.
Oh, you're talking about something completely different.
No, wanting the ACC and the Big East to merge into one super conference. Anybody see that?
No. How many? No, that would be a big super conference, right? Wow. I don't think you need to do. I mean, I think they're both doing pretty good on their own.
It's a video, actually. I'll watch it later. It's a video. I thought it was an article.
Yeah, no.
All right, so as I try to kind of surmise a couple of days ago during our first H3O, well, we got to make that official. They call it H3O.
H3, I like that. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
but I have a quick revision for the logo for you. Well, we're not busy.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said,
we're always busy.
We're always busy. Sure.
That's what makes us great.
We needed to go 5-0 at Walsh, between Walsh and the first couple games before we go into our Thanksgiving tournament, and we're more than halfway there now, right?
When's that first Big East game that we have conference-wise?
Big East doesn't really start until around Christmas, right? Usually
December. It starts It starts earlier every year because of the number of teams.
Because that's something we got to watch out for too.
But I'm telling you, the Monmouth game is revenge, because that was brutal. I just sit through that game last year. That was brutal.
I'm sure it was.
Monmouth at home. Yeah, that cannot happen again. And Shaw's, if I'm competitive with it, Shaw's competitive with it.
Oh,
so he's probably showing the replay to his team and saying, guys, this, even though it's a whole new team, this can't happen again.
Looks like Monmouth's only 1-for-1 this season, 1-1. They lost their second game, won their first one versus Caldwell.
Wait, they lost to Caldwell College?
No, they won. They beat Caldwell. And they lost to LaSalle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Caldwell's D2.
That's true too. But still,
Xavier is getting destroyed by Santa Clara.
Who is?
Xavier.
Ugh.
83-57.
I got to tell you guys, I love ESPN Plus because you can go on there anytime and just, if you're a basketball junkie, and watch any
game.
Oh,
yep.
It's
pretty cool.
I didn't even have to buy it already. I've had it for maybe the past 2 or 3 years just so I could watch every single hockey game there is to mankind.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I'm happy now that you see, before ESPN Plus, I had Disney Plus already, so we didn't buy the whole ESPN and Hulu package and all that. So we just had Disney Plus. But now that the ESPN's on Disney Plus, I can watch, of course, as all the hockey games now because they're on Disney Plus, and of course all the basketball games because now it's kind of almost together pretty much now. So that's one great advantage for being part of the ESPN Disney family, as you will.
Especially when you have YouTube TV and now you lose ESPN and ABC, which is ridiculous.
Well, so that's a company decision, but
Does Hulu give you ABC?
Yep. Hulu gives you everything pretty much.
Okay, cool. That's on my Disney ESPN package, right? I gotta check it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The price goes up, but that's part of the package.
It's part of the package, yeah.
So where's Thursday's game?
Sorry?
Is Thursday Walsh or
Thursday's at the Rock?
Thursday's at the Rock.
So New Haven is at Walsh.
Yes.
Right?
No, Central Connecticut State's at Walsh.
Really?
Yeah, wait, I got my ticket right here. Hold on. Central Connecticut State.
I'm Central Connecticut State. I'm pissed off that they're sticking us in the small place And New Haven, a brand new D1 program, gets the Rock. That's a little messed up.
People were complaining that we have too many games at Walsh. Season ticket holders were complaining. I love the Walsh games. I mean, I'm home in 5 minutes. Get to go to Bunnies was packed. Have you been to Bunnies yet, Eli?
No.
Got to go to Bunnies. Bunnies is awesome. Bunnies was packed down the street. That's where I ran into Jeff. And
I don't think he'd be able to go to Bunnies yet.
Right.
I'm sorry,
That
Nicole?
too.
I don't think he'd be able to go to Bunnies yet.
He can go to Bunnies and have pizza. You just can't. You don't think they'll let him in?
They won't let you in unless you're 21.
Come on.
I'm serious.
Even if you order soda.
If he's not 21, they're not going to let him in.
Right.
Wow. Even if he went with me,
I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Well, you're coming in as my guest, Eli. You're no. I know her. No. I know Leslie. No. Eli's
Bringing
my
up,
nephew, and he's coming in with me. That's it.
Bringing up NIL, are they still giving 10% for away games?
They had a big crowd tonight. I thought they were giving something tonight. I don't know.
I just know
It wasn't as big as Friday's game though.
No.
Crowd wise.
No. I'm talking about at Bunnies.
No, because
Bunnies,
few years ago, when Onward Setonia first became a thing, the owner of Bunnies actually posted in our Facebook group that they were going to donate 10% every night that there is a Seton Hall away game, that people come and watch the game there. Like donate 10% of the proceeds from that evening to the NIL.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they're still doing that.
I was wondering if she was doing that tonight, because it was a big crowd and they were all there for Seton Hall basketball.
Yeah, I'm not too sure though. There wasn't too much attention on that. Well, I mean, they don't really tell us anything about what's going on.
We have somebody new.
Mike Walsh.
Mike Walsh.
Oh,
we got Mike Walsh.
Speaking
of.
Can you hear us?
Put him up.
He's on.
Mike,
I think you have to allow your mic and camera settings. It should be like if you're on your phone, just make sure you hit your camera and mic. You have to allow it on your phone or computer, wherever you're on.
This is awesome.
Well, he can still talk without it if he wanted to.
Mike,
he has to allow it though, because he didn't click on it yet.
How do you get in then?
He got in, but he has to just clear the audio and microphone.
There's like permissions.
Yeah, you have to click the permissions and grant it. I don't know if you're on your computer or phone, but you have to allow if you're on your phone though, you do have to allow the microphone and camera access, or at least the microphone. You have to go to the settings for that.
All right, while Mike is doing that, first Big East game is Friday, the 19th of December.
Yep.
At Providence.
Oh, it's the day after my birthday. How about that?
Are you going to be around for your birthday? Or are you going to AC?
I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday yet.
Number 25?
That's right.
Wow.
Or as my sister likes to say, halfway to 50.
Whoa.
I'm not letting her live that down. That doesn't make me feel that good.
Eli, help Mike if you can. I don't know what we can do.
Yeah, I don't have his Facebook or anything, but yeah, Mike. Once again, if you're on your phone, if you can go to your settings and just allow your mic and camera access in Safari if you're using Safari.
At least the mic.
At least the
Bobby,
mic. At least.
Bobby, before Mike gets on, Bill keeps making comments. The announcers were talking about the baby Shaq. He is not baby Shaq.
Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines. Glenn Davis is baby Shaq.
I know a lot of people do like baby Shaq though.
But he's
ridiculous.
It is Duncan though, because we are in the Northeast, Big East.
He looks nothing like Shaq.
Not at all.
The numbers either, but.
Yeah, I was watching the game. And I commented in our group. I go, "This is ridiculous. He is not baby Shaq."
No. Who did the game tonight? Who worked the game? What announcers?
I have no idea.
I
don't know who they were.
They weren't impressive, huh?
No.
Well, I don't think I like
It was
that.
St. John's guy, so it must have been.
I've seen better.
Who were the? It sounded like everybody that they wanted better though.
Also, Bill made a comment this being a trap game. Nah, I think we're gonna I think Shaw's gonna have us going slow and steady. Build this team's confidence up first.
I think our trap game last year was St. Peter's, and then it just went downhill from there.
I mean, Nick made a really good. It takes a lot after his mother, but he made a really good point that, I mean, the three game win thing, we didn't do that last year. Last year we only won 7 games. So yeah. So I'm encouraged. We go 4-0. If we go 4-0, we're halfway to more wins than last year already. So,
which is good. But again, this is before Big East play.
No,
Once
I know.
Big East...
We know. But last year we weren't this well. We weren't this good in the preseason.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Michael Walsh, are you there?
Oh, I think he's listening.
Okay, yeah, he's only listening. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
But Mike, come on next time. Come on and join the show.
Yes,
We love
please.
Mike. And Mike made a comment, and I got on him a little bit about our 3-point defense. I think it was a little better tonight, Mike. I think it was a little bit better, and they needed to clean it up, and they did. I think the press was a little less helter skelter, and they were a little bit smarter about the press tonight. I think it was very effective.
I'm glad we won by 30 points?
Yeah, we did pretty
Something
good.
like that.
Which was
That's what I'm glad to see. That's what
I was happy about
used
that,
to see it.
No, 23, 82-59.
Considering that the first half miscommunications and mistakes that they were making and the amount of missed shots, especially 2 for 9 on threes, I'm kind of happy that we won by 20 points.
But we got to remember, in the first half, we had 3 players who sat with 2 fouls. Payne,
That is
in
true.
2 minutes, had 2 fouls and sat.
Yeah.
And I want to double.
Had Jacob Dar playing center. We know, Bill. We know Brendan Sparks had 20 points. Brendan Sparks is a very good player.
You mentioned last time on the show about the 5-man swap. I didn't see that tonight as much. Maybe
No, that's a good point. He didn't do the line shift, but what he did was he did it incrementally. He did 1 and 2 and 3, and then you look up at the 11-minute mark, and it's a total new 5. But he didn't do it hockey style 5 at a time, which I was encouraged, because I'm not a fan of that.
Right, which nobody was, but
yeah,
we'll see. And we just have to keep an eye out, of course, about Yassine Felton. Hopefully, it's not the worst. Hopefully we get some information of some sort regarding that. But
yeah, if anyone's heard anything about the press conference or anything about Mike Walsh, Mike is typing something.
Yeah, but I was listening to Hallline towards the end on my way home. And they didn't mention nothing about it.
No, they're not going to know. They know less than we do.
Yeah.
I called Hallline tonight.
I didn't hear you. So
yeah, Jack Pine was actually nice to me. You heard me?
That was Jack?
That was Jack Pine. Well, he was kissing my butt. It was good. Oh, long time caller, Nick from Millburn.
Mike says they settled into the defense in the half court. The lunging was down.
Yeah. Mike, we agree.
I love how every Hallline call you make now, it's like, I'm going to go do my show on Facebook now. Have a good night. And then...
I know, and I gave Sam a shout. I know. I usually always give you a shout out. I gave Sam. I got to go do my show. Have a good night, Sam. I gave Sam, Stack Monster, and Christina Marie a shout out, and let's go.
Goodbye. What happened to volleyball? They play again tomorrow, or the St. Mary's? Because you have the hat on, St. Mary's.
No, I happen to wear matches. I like to match. I coordinate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I just
what do they have a game tomorrow, right? Benedict's.
Yeah, I can't make it. I'm going to the Mamu beat up tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you mentioned that. Yeah,
I'm going to do the Nets game, and I'm going to see Mamu and get my Brooklyn Nets seat in the whole hat.
Don't the Nets only have 1 win this year?
Oh, they're taking for a reason.
The Knicks blew them out yesterday.
I know.
From start to finish.
They're going for a championship. We're going to rebuild. It's very simple. Simple concept.
And then my Jets, who are going to rebuild and have all his draft picks, now have 2 wins and is going to get out of anything.
Look at the Miami Dolphins. Look what they're doing right now. All of a sudden, look at an amazing team versus Miami. Oh, yeah, versus Buffalo. Yeah.
Speaking of the Knicks and the Rangers, Seton Hall alumni has organized a outing for a specific Knicks and Rangers game.
Why the Rangers?
We have a Devils one too, but the
Okay, I was gonna say.
Rangers and the Knicks ones are coming up first, I believe.
Are you
I
having
was gonna
merch?
say,
Have
'cause-
you having merch with that again? I love the merch that you do.
Yeah, they're doing the merch.
Are they
If
doing a
you-
Nick? When's the Nick game? I may do that.
I need to find it because I don't remember off the top of my head. But if you search on our Facebook page for Erin Marie, she has been posting them for us. She's a big sports fan. Very long time Knicks season ticket holder. She's going to be there. She's going to be at the Ranger game as well. I know she had posted it this morning, maybe. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, Mike mentioned the Raptors are 5-5, and Mamu's actually playing well. He's actually getting playing time, and I think he's averaging almost 6-7 points a game. I checked a couple days ago.
You can make the and I don't call him Mamu, he's Sandro. I mean, I don't like people would call Isaiah Whitehead Zeke, and I don't know him that well. So Sandro, you can make the argument that he's a better pro than college player. Some players you could do that. Their game is just more suited for the NBA than it is for college, or they just blossom and develop later. And I think he's the perfect example of that.
Well, the NBA is for a while now been really heading towards the European game, and that's where he has his experience.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got the information. Also, anyone watching that is in the Facebook group, I have currently pinned it to the featured section, so it's right in front of your faces. Rangers is Monday, March 23rd. Knicks is Tuesday, March 24th. Buying early ensures the lowest price. If you're putting a group together, Erin could put you in contact with the representative helping to put this together. There's the FIVO link and everything that you need. Once I get more information about the Devils one, we'll also share that as well.
Just
good.
something on
Had a big turnout last year. I wish I could have gone. They did a cute little pirate Devils hat.
Are you going to go to a Seton Hall game this year, Nicole?
I'm going to try my best to get to at least one.
I mean, because when I got offered those tickets, I thought of you first, just so
I
you
know.
And then Christina's like, Nicole, so I was like,
Nicole didn't get off work till 6:30 tonight.
I think that's the problem, right? Your work schedule.
My work schedule's crazy, but I wouldn't trade anything in for the world. I love what I'm doing.
Oh no, you can make the weekend.
Of course.
Yeah, if I'm not in Atlantic City.
If your social life doesnn't get, I mean, like
I got 2 points I want to bring up about the time. And the other thing I was seeing on Twitter, apparently Shah was saying in the post-game presser that his injury didn't look good. So I think we are fearing the worst for him right now.
Ouch.
That's not good.
I texted Stack Monster because he's a PT, and I just said, what do you think? ACL, MCL, and he really didn't say much, but he's thinking, yeah.
I'll have to put the video in the chat for us, but yeah. And the other thing too is the start time too is I think if it was a 7:30 game, I think we were talking about this too in our meeting during our game today. If it was 7:30 start, I think we would get a much bigger crowd than we had tonight. I think we could have done a little better.
Well, I think tonight
7
was
o'clock is so tough. 7 o'clock
tough.
7 o'clock on a Monday night. It's late arriving crowd.
Do the traffic and you have the Devils too.
Yeah.
That didn't help the situation.
I mean, hey, my sister did say when she got back from her clinicals at the Nutley campus, it was maybe like 6:30. She said that you couldn't park anywhere on campus. That's how crowded it was for the game.
No, they had a decent crowd tonight. Oh, he finally got in. Bill, where are you?
What the hell you been, Bill?
What's up,
My
man?
gosh, Bill.
It's the same
Bill,
league.
what's going on?
What's happening, fellas?
Bill,
Hey, Nicole, how you doing today?
Hey, Dick,
Listen, what I did was our guy Eli got me in because I figured it out. I went to my phone on my TV. I put the phone by the TV, and all of a sudden it came right on. How about that?
All right.
Here we go. Hold on.
Bill, what do you think about the game tonight?
I think Seton Hall played real well. They very impressive. They kind of put the foot on the gas tonight, and I think their team this year will do well but they much improved from the last game.
Bill, how was the
So it's
ceremony?
like a
How was the
faster.
veterans ceremony today?
Oh, it was great. It was excellent.
I think it's great that you guys recognize that. I think it's really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I was about to say for the game, let me break it down for you guys because I had some notes. I was
Break it
ready to
down,
go.
Bill. Break it down.
Yeah. So I think Seton Hall had a faster pace tonight, and they scored on defense a lot. That's what I think.
You think the
And I
defense
think
created offense?
yes, I did. It's a common denominator of both things. If you score on offense, you play hard defense, and that's what Seton Hall did tonight. And Seton Hall they have to do is they missed a lot of 3-pointers in the first half. Um, they have to correct that.
You sound like Eli.
Like
Thank you. See,
You
at
sound
least
like
someone
Eli.
gives me the same agreement and points. We can both agree on that part.
I don't disagree with you, but we don't have a through. Who's our 3-point shooter?
Again,
Stanton
there
McRae.
is
That's
none.
it.
But still, you can't be taking 11 shots and only going 2 for 9 shots. Sorry, 2 for 9. You can't be going 2 for 9 and taking
Well, but that's what
all
they're
these missed
giving them.
shots.
They were packing it in, and that's what's going to happen to us. In the Big East, teams are going to start playing zones, and we're going to have to start hitting our threes. And if we don't, we're going to be in trouble.
We're already in trouble. Look at the paint tonight. How many shots that we had? Open shots that we had. Layups that you
it's
could have
like
made in that first half.
I agree with Eli. Eli. They are a better team. Points in the paint. Because I
They
had my
are.
friend. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make you guys laugh. There's a Mike Williams on Seton Hall. There's a Mike Williams who's a good friend of mine. He's a Seton Hall guy. He's from South Orange. His family's originally from the South Orange area. You know, they are a better team. Points in the paint. They proved it tonight. They must have had like 40 points in the paint.
Yeah, but there was a lot of I
They
would
had
say
a
the
total of
first half
40.
though, in particular though. They
Well,
didn't
the first half, we were in foul trouble.
we were already in foul trouble in the second half too.
Yeah,
But in the
but
first half,
Clark
we had
Clark
issues
had
in
the
the paint though. We couldn't make some shots in the paint in that first half. A lot of
Parker,
yeah,
open
but
Parker and
opportunities.
Felton couldn't buy a basket in the first half. I agree. It's just one of those things. But they made up for it in the second half. But 5 for 17 from 3. I mean, I think that's going to be what you get this year. I really do. I hope it's not, but I think that's going to be what you get.
Yeah.
and another good game by Najee Hines. 10 points, 10 rebounds. I think he did well. Eli Fisher had 10 points, 2 rebounds,
He
and
got in
Stant
foul trouble. He
McRae.
had 4 fouls.
Yeah, but again, the refs
Okay.
messed up on that one at the end toward that second half. We were watching that closely. I mean, they were calling every little thing every 2
Oh,
seconds.
it was ticky tack. It was ticky tack.
100%.
Gaffney, I said it. So Gaffney needs to retire. He was the older gentleman. Corbett Jr., his father was an official, and he's following in his father's footsteps. And the other guy was just awful too tonight. It was hard. It wasn't a Big East officiating game. They were calling every ticky tack thing. It was awful.
If we were talking about hockey right now, the NHL would fine you $25,000 per referee for talking like that.
I know. That's why we're not. And we're like, we can do this. We're bloggers. We can say that. And we all agree, right? Who thought the officiating was good tonight? Anybody?
No. I mean, in the second half, no.
I think it was bad for both teams. More for us, though, because we were more
the
aggressive.
amount of replays we went to more than any other game, I mean, that was a little too much, too.
And like I said earlier, I think it was the first game, I had asked Coach Holloway a question regarding turnovers. He had 7 turnovers, and Fairfield had a total of 17 turnovers. That kind of made a difference. Hopefully, Seton Hall will come back and play a good game against Mountain. Like you said, Nick, this game last year was horrible for Seton Hall. It could be a trap game, but you don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in that particular game because Mountain, in that second half of the Mountain game last year, they totally took over the game over Seton Hall. But hopefully, this team this year, you've seen it. They're undefeated right now, 3-0.
3-0, baby. 3-0.
3-0 and strong.
Monmouth was embarrassing last year. No, I don't. No. I'm going Thursday. I got some
It's
other
revenge
commitments,
game,
but
as you
I'm gonna
mentioned.
go Thursday.
And another thing too is I want to also bring up, since we were talking about it earlier, Fairfield had that challenge order where they lost it, where it really should have been their ball, and we were looking at the replay closely. And we were, obviously we want to focus on Seton Hall more, but it was a challenge of possession of the ball. The refs ruled in favor of Seton Hall. Fairfield lost that challenge. We were looking at that replay closely. From my eyes, at least from the camera angles that we saw, that looked like it was Fairfield ball. They ruled it Seton Hall.
So you're saying Gaffney messed it up?
I think they messed that one up too.
Okay.
And I think that should have been Fairfield's ball. Although I was great for us Seton Hall fans that it was Seton Hall ball, but to me, I think Fairfield should have won that challenge. But yeah.
By the way,
I think
Mike Walsh just posted real quick about Sandro. 17 minutes per game, shooting 58% from the field.
Ooh.
44% from three-point range, which is very good. 80% free throw shooter, averaging 9 points, 3.4 rebounds. So he's slowly making a name for himself. I think he found a good spot to finally be in, and then not have some number one pick stepping his way. Like the past 2 times he was there.
Anyone out there? I see people are out there watching. Please jump in the comments. Please feel free. Mike Walsh, you're putting your stuff in the private chat. You're more than welcome to put it in the chat where we can put it and everyone can see your comments. You're a smart guy. When people want to see what you think.
I will say I did enjoy getting the perspective from the opponent tonight.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
If they beat us, it wouldn't have been fun.
No, it wouldn't.
And that's what I said when you said that. When you asked me if it was okay, I'm like, I guess so, but
Well,
I don't know.
I've been saying this all off season. I want to find one person from each
fan base.
I know we have St. John's covered, but everybody
I
else.
wonder who that guy is from St. John's.
And we got DePaul.
We got DePaul. Okay.
as long as were we respectful of Connor tonight?
Of course.
Yeah, we were very. So that's
awesome,
all we ask. If you're going to come on here and gloat after a win, don't come on. But if you come on here and respectfully talk about the game, if you beat us, that's fine. That's what sports talk's about.
All right.
I'm trying to think what other Big East teams do I know of people.
What Nicole? What's any updates on the Xavier score? Because I thought that was fascinating, and they were getting blown out.
Yeah, let me check real quick.
Any other thoughts before Nicole finds that? Anything else you saw tonight?
All right, I got the score. Santa Clara ended up beating Xavier 87 to 60.
Wow, that's crazy.
Where was the game? Out there?
Hold on 1 second. 19-point difference. The game was played at Cintas Center, so Xavier was home.
So they lost at home to Santa Clara?
They lost at home to Santa Clara, and they were 2-0. So was Santa Clara. They were also 2-0. UConn dominates Columbia. No shock there. And then Marquette got rocked yesterday.
By who?
They lost Indiana. They lost 100 to 77.
And St. John's got rocked Saturday. Bill, was that?
At
Bill,
Jackson,
how was
that's why
that?
Indiana's
Tell us
good.
about the St. John's Alabama game.
That was a good game, man. That actually went down. That was pretty great. But with St. John's is they got another transfer from Providence.
Bryce Hopkins.
Yes.
What was were there
very
any Alabama fans there, or was it all St. John's?
It was all St. John's.
Wow.
Also, speaking of Providence, they lost in overtime on Saturday to Virginia Tech, 107 to 101.
Wait, so are we wait a minute. Could we be like one of the few undefeated Big East teams?
I'm pretty sure.
Quick, look it up, Nicole.
But that probably doesn't include in-conference play, though.
No, of course not. But right now, we could be
Someone
one of the few.
posted the standings in the group, I'm pretty sure, if I am not mistaken. Unfortunately, my app doesn't show the standings until the season starts for the conference games. Oh no. Okay, hold on a second. Laptop's bugging out.
Butler 2-0, Creighton 1-0, DePaul 2-0, G-Town 2-0, Seton Hall 3-0, UConn 2-0, Marquette 2-1, Xavier 2-1, Providence 1-1, Johnny's 1-1, Kevin Willard 1-1. Wow.
UConn 3-0 and the Hall 3-0.
But again, these are probably all non-conference plays that
we know.
Yeah.
We know. Don't rain on our parade. We're happy.
Right? I'm not just saying, not Seton Hall. I'm just saying everybody else in the league. Everybody else.
I know. We know. Temper your enthusiasm. I know. Bill's laughing. I know. Let's enjoy it. We're 3-0. Let's enjoy it.
It's funny you mentioned that. I have some friends from a D3 school trying to rain on my parade right now with Seton Hall winning.
That's right. All these haters. We got it.
Thank you.
We're gonna have haters. We're gonna guys. It comes with the territory. Trust me.
They try to say they're D3 basketball.
Not everyone's gonna
better
like
than Seton Hall.
Thomas Riley. Any word on the Felton injury?
No, we don't know nothing yet, but we just know that it's not looking good though.
Unfortunately, we are not insiders.
No.
Well, I don't think there's Tom, I don't think there's any information out there that's public right now. And the school gets very private
he don't say much.
Yeah, and for it's a student athlete, so you gotta be careful. But two things. What we saw did not look good, and Shaw was desolate, right? That's a good word at the press conference. He was not happy. So he was upset, and yeah. So we're just all Tom. We're just all praying for Felton. We really are.
Just post it in the chat, the injury video. We're not going to post it on Facebook, but
no, don't put it. Don't put it.
We're not going to put it.
Somebody posted it.
No, Eli just.
I put it in the chat so you can take.
For anyone currently watching, and that attended tonight's game, a young boy sitting in Section 3, Row C, left his shoe sweatshirt at the game tonight. Mike Walsh has the sweatshirt currently and would love to get it back to him. Please message him if you know the boy who lost the sweatshirt.
And now we're doing PSA.
The game Thursday.
We're doing it all. We had a player from the 80s. We had a guy from the other team. We had Bill Hathaway. We got a student doing camera. We got the great Bobby. We do everything on this show. Come on.
We really do.
Yeah, the first show, post-game show, almost at 5,000 views. The one from the other day is almost at 4,000. This one's at 500. Just keep it up, guys. Just keep it up.
I'm going to pin that message, Mike, to the featured section until Thursday and see if anyone claims.
Bobby, are you going Thursday? Why? You're going to go back to the place?
Probably not, yeah.
Bill, are you going Thursday?
Yes, I'm going.
All right, I'll look for you Thursday. Eli, you going or no? You working?
No, probably not, no.
And Nicole, you're working too, right?
Working.
But I'll probably be on for the post game, though.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Love that.
But all right.
This is fun.
It's a great show, as always.
It is fun.
Wait till we do our Devil show.
Oh my God, you guys do the
No,
I'm not doing no damn Devil show. No.
No, you know what we gotta do?
Nick, you gotta produce. Nick, you're producing it, aren't you?
What, Bill? Bill's got a comment. What, Bill?
When we gonna get Scoop on?
Yeah, exactly. He's currently live right now on Football After Hours.
I got to tell you, we get these kids on. Chris Jones was awesome, and then he goes away. Nick Morgan's MIA. I'm not going to allude to why.
Nick Morgan was at the game tonight.
Yeah, and so whatever. I guess he's, whatever. We love you, Nick Morgan. You got an open invite anytime you want. And then Luigi, who was great. Like, everyone's talking about Luigi, and then we don't see him for a few weeks.
But yet, when Nicole mentions his name, he pops on in 10 seconds. He's a lurker. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's funny.
I know-
Every Thursday, Sunday night, and Monday night, he is on his football after hours show. So anytime there's football,
Right, but he's too
during-
busy for our
but you're
show.
telling me
He's
that he
working-
can't come out earlier or later on?
He's
Not
working
sure.
for-
It doesn't start right away.
No, he always says that that's the excuse. Like he has to prepare for that show, so he doesn't have time to come on this show.
Please. Is he working at some casino or something down there in Mississippi? Some gambling?
No, he's working for some gaming company, like sports gaming.
Right, but nothing to do with
Like
casinos.
No.
hey Nick, like Frank the Tank. Where's he been at?
Yeah, really.
Well, I mean, Frank the Tick was at the Devils tonight. I saw that one. He was at the Devils. But
Not
usually he
surprised.
doesn't go to the Walsh games. He usually just
Wait,
goes
no,
to
no,
the
no.
games for the
If Mike Walsh, if you're still there, who's the guy? Who was the guy that came in to do the NIL that left? I think he's the one who recruited Frank the Tank. So I don't think we're going to see Mr. Tank anymore.
Oh, maybe you guys.
Mark McBride was the reason Frank the Tank was here. I was
McBride.
told.
I think we'll see him again.
I hope so, but he lost a ton of weight. That guy.
Yeah, he did awesome. He has. I mean, you know
Yeah,
why?
God
Because he
bless
does the
him.
walks.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
walks like Chris. That's all you have to do.
You have to do that pretty much.
You
Um,
just yeah. He did great, Frank the Tank.
Yeah. Nicole, I know you mentioned about the Devils. We got to do at the end of every show going forward, like how Inside the NBA does. Like, you know how they do the EJ Nito stat of the night. We got to do like a fun, game or end off segment, like whether it's talking about Taylor
You need
Swift
to
or
fill me in
Devils.
because I have no idea what that is.
Okay. You ever seen the Inside the NBA? It's the TNT show.
No.
Even with ESPN.
No.
Nick, have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So
I'm seeing it too.
Yeah,
okay,
Bill-
I'm glad
Bill
you
and I.
did too. I was just gonna ask you. So they do this at the end of the night. The EJ Nito stat of the night. It's just like a little fun segment that they do. They do like Charles Barkley. They make fun of him pretty much at the end of it. It's just a fun time. We gotta do something like that, more fun to end off the show.
Like
And-
a
and
stat
Eli, I
from
wanted
a
to thank you
game
for
or like
teaching us
just a
all.
random fact?
Teaching us all how to produce the show and get on. It almost got
Yeah, no
Nicole
problem.
kicked out of Facebook or something. I don't know what
Yeah,
she did, but
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not sharing that link anymore. It thinks that I was hacked.
Yeah. figured.
So yeah, we're not.
people got on though, right? Like people got
Yeah.
on.
That's all that
The
matters.
The QR code is postable. I think it's just copying and pasting that link and
Link, because then
making it
the links are
suspicious.
sensitive. If it's not YouTube,
Yeah.
it's sensitive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way she said, Nick, I'm about to get kicked off. You do it, and you get kicked off. I mean, okay.
I mean, it would be pretty bad if the admin.
No, you as a moderator
kicked
can't
out
get
of
kicked off.
Facebook.
No, I can't get kicked off.
I was like, what the heck is going on? It's like, oh, we limit how often you could do things, and boom, your account's locked.
Ah,
Like, great.
but all right.
Just great.
So I think
All
we
right,
can call
want
this
to
show.
wrap it up? Where'd Bobby go? Bobby keeps bouncing.
Bobby's coming back in eventually. I don't know what's up, but
Probably get back here.
let's
Maybe
conclude by
we'll
saying
wait ya.
unfortunately, the Devils got a loss tonight, but Seton Hall got a big win, and they're 3-0 in the season heading into Thursday. And we hope for nothing but the best as they take on Monmouth, hoping for a revenge game on Thursday back at the Rock.
The Monmouth
Nick.
Hawks.
Monmouth Hawks. All right, Nick.
Monmouth
Final thoughts.
Hawks. Down the shore.
My final thoughts are this, guys. Thanks for coming on and helping me. And this is our show. And yeah, this is really good. I love the concept. We just gotta keep it up and just make it better and better. And thank you, Dan Dunn, for coming on tonight. Thank you for Connor coming on tonight. And my son came on and did a great job. And Mike Walsh, you feel free to come on anytime. Don't be camera shy. Nicole was camera shy for the first 3 segments, and now she loves the attention. So yeah. and again at the arena, tell Nicole I said hi. I wish this was like the 3rd time people have come up to me, and I'm not making this up. It's true. Ask Christina. It's like, oh my God.
I've had people come up to me at alumni events on campus asking if I was Nicole from the Facebook group.
There you go. See, you're the breakout star. Forget about us.
All right. Will, final thoughts.
Yeah, my final thoughts are, Seton Hall 3-0, and hopefully Seton Hall can keep it up.
Yes.
All right. And the one and only, Nicole.
I'm
thoughts.
using my final thoughts to expose Scoop. I told him that he's been summoned
Oh my
to join the show, and he just said sup. So I said, "Why aren't you on?" And he said, "What day is it?" And I said that Nick said that football after hours is not an excuse to miss our show. And he said to tell you that his dog disagrees.
I thought it was the cat.
Yeah.
The cat, Pringle.
Fish, dog, cat, same animal, same thing.
He brings such an entertainment value to our show. It's incredible, but yeah.
I know.
Does he know how good he is on our show? I don't know what he's doing on his show, but he is really good on this show. Like,
oh yeah, he really is.
He really is. Like, he really
Entertainment
is.
and the laughter portion of the show that we all need.
Right, exactly. He he doesn't know he's doing it, but he's like got automatic comedic timing, and and everyone loves him. And I got to hear you're picking on Luigi. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great.
Everybody has their own unique role. We have
That's right.
Paul and William. They're there to give us the stats and give us the breakdowns. We have Nick, who's driving everything forward. He's a leader of our group. You have Nicole, who runs everything and the Facebook and everything, and then you got me doing the behind the scenes stuff here.
No,
and
you're
Bobby,
great,
of course.
Bobby, and you got Bobby
of course,
being the professional as
Bobby the
yeah.
professional as always, and he helps us deliver a show every night, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great, and again, my job is to make all you guys great and better, and it's
and then we have Scoop.
bring you guys out.
Yeah, we have Scoop
and Scoop. We got Nicole. We got to get him on Thursday. We have to.
I know. Well, he's gonna probably tell me no because there's Thursday night football.
Okay, there's Monday Night Football. So what does that mean? Until January hits, no, we can't see him.
Does he get compensated for that? Like, is that why he's doing it?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so then we don't get compensated here. So bring him on here.
Not yet.
All right, Eli, your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Seeing all big win. Looking forward to Thursday and another great week ahead.
Thanks, guys. God
Have
bless.
a good night, everyone.
Have a great
prayers,
night.
Prayers to Felton and prayers to all
Felton.
the veterans out there for tomorrow. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.